Well, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 87 of my Let's Play. I'm IVATOPIA and this is the game known as Torment Tides of, I can never say the name correctly, Numenera, whatever that's called. Okay. Last time we saw this, so we're going to see what this is. Some loot. I'll take that.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Go.
Just sitting there. The small alcove is about the size of a small hovel. Its sole virtue is that it is a shelter from the wind and from the sightless of casual passers-by. The runes carved above its entrance fill your mind with a wordless message of catastrophic danger. The dust inside the alcove is undisturbed apart from a set of footprints that circle the interior. Someone's trapped it like a prison. The owner appears to have curled up in the corner under a ledge containing a small embery box. The dust of that ledge has also been disturbed. Someone removed something long and thin, like a blade, from this place. In its place is crudely carved herder's crook. Someone slept here, didn't they? They wanted to hide, but they didn't know how to hide. She put her hands in her pocket, nervously. I hope they found some place better to go. This doesn't feel like a place to stay. It feels like hunger. She hugs herself. I was going to say she hung herself. She hugs herself. Let's go. I don't like this place. Aaron cradles his forehead in his hands, his mouth and word. No, then swallows, shaking his head. He seems smaller than you recall. I don't like this place. His voice is a whisper. His hands fall to his eyes, and he touches them as if they are in pain. Are we leaving? I want to leave. Were you trapped here? You said the sun was pulled out and he has a sword. No, do you tell me what's wrong? I remember this place. His voice cracks again. As it runs dry, the glow seems to envelop before his face. Evaporate, sorry. There was someone else, a boy, and his features softened. He was tired, scared, not at all like me. He came to this place, and when he fell asleep there, he never woke up. The sleep buried him, and he screamed and still screams. Is he referring to himself? He came as a boy, and when he woke up, he screamed, and when he left the place, he thought he was an adult, and that's why he's very childlike now. To him, he's a different person. Voice cracks again, and he swallows. I can hear it when all things are quiet. What happened next? Don't remember. He screams. It was a nightmare, a stupid story, and nothing heroic happened. It was a waste of time, and I don't know why I remember. He presses his heels of his trembling hands against his eyes. He cut the herder's crook.
I'll remember that.
Shepherd. You stretch out your hand to take the crook. Beside you, Aaron's moans. A wave of pale fire explodes from the crook. Everything goes white. You hear screaming, perhaps Aaron's irritants, perhaps your own. Thunderous voices bellow beyond the hissing wail of the endless ivory wall, and something is rushing at you, something that you can't see. And your reflections forming in the labyrinth. Uh-oh. So that means I need to kill myself to get there. A fistful of sense, emotions, memories, and fear strides your mind, giving you back a step along the dusty floor of the outland. Something has changed inside you. Inside the labyrinth, you hear a voice in your mind, a voice very much like Aaron's, but small and afraid. You look over at him. It was him, he was a kid, wasn't he? Staring at the shelf, hands slack at his side. The glow is nowhere to be seen, and he looks weathered, weary, old. You follow his gaze, and heard his crook is gone. Just happened. I went somewhere, he mumbled, without looking at you. I stayed here in my amazing heroic body, but I went somewhere else. Without looking at you, his hand lifts from his side and he points at your forehead. He does not seem to be aware that his hand is doing it. He was just out of mind. Then he glows. Then his glow returns, like the sun rising behind a hill, and swallows him. He smiles, dropping his rebellious hand. Why are we just standing here? He says, looking around. We should be fighting, feasting, jumping from the roof to roof. Let's go find some roofs, he gasps. Is this a roof? Look inside the embery box. There is no sign of what this empty box once held, but you do notice a carving of an eye at the bottom of the box with a pupil made of two crimson concentric rings. If you squint, you can just make out a human figure at the centre of the eye, holding a sword in the air. It's him, isn't it? Aaron groans and you look over An untroubled smile graces his face, but you notice that one of his eyes is watering. Are you alright? Yes, very, he says, nodding at you. A tear streaks down his narrow cheek and around his cheerful grin. But bored here, now that you ask. We should leave now. He whistles quietly to himself and looks away. Look at the box again. Nothing new inside the box, just the etched eye at the bottom, tiny sword weaving figure. Center of two-ring pupil.
Learning begets doing.
So basically,
Or is it the other way?
we're going to go back to the lava room when I kill myself at some point, or I get killed. Will be something new there.
I'm going.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this don't look good. She answers, I can tell. Tadalum, an old, battered-looking swordsman. Unless he's a swordsman. In dull grey armour stands here, whistling tunelessly, his hands over near the hilt of his well-used sword. As he took the sword, scars rev his face. Basically on his face, aren't they? And what you took for a helmet reveals itself to be a dome of metal grafted to him. Oh. He smiles as you approach. How do strangers? How do strangers? Oh, okay, I get you. How do strangers? And to tell what his name is. I was thinking this, how do strangers, like, what, that don't make sense, but he's saying, how do strangers? So, hi strangers, basically. You know, Talon is a metal, sticks to flesh. He wraps his knuckles on the dome. Sure, well, it said they had to cut a chunk of my brain out too, so I lost my name in my history, and well, I took the name of the stuff that saved me. He scratches. Anyway, I need to remember myself. It's said that the necropoles can give anyone what they seek, knowledge, riches, fame. If you search hard enough, and I searched and I found, now I'm here to help others find their answers. You look like you're searching for answers too. There are hundreds, thousands of tombs in the necropoles. Legend says, if you read them, learn from them, then you will find the answer you seek. He gives you a warm smile. I promise it will be worth your while. That sounds like a waste of time. Alright, I'll check it out. Fantastic, he smirks. I can remember a little. And if you find anything you want to trade, let me know. Love a Pacific tomb. Friend, I don't really keep track of most of the tombs. And like I may have said before, my memory isn't what it used to be. But let me guarantee this. You explore these tombs, you're bound to find what you need. What is a terra metal anyway? It's one of the only metals that adheres to living flesh. Rare. People like me, maybe only me, can turn that property on and off with the power of a thought. It's why I've got this built-in helmet now. And it lets me control my blades. My sword, for instance, he slaps his hilt, and you see that he wears no belt to anchor the blade. His knives are likewise anchored directly to his flesh. If I want the sword, I need but think on it, and it's in my hand. Likewise for the knives. And this is the part I like, when I'm burned them in the anemone. Buried them in my anemone. The blades are stuck there till I say it's time for them to go. Oh, okay. Good things, this metal is bound to respond only to me. Someone else could control it. So basically he's like Neo. Control it, why? I don't know what I'll do. He clamps his hands over the dome, protecting his brain. Honestly, I'll be running away, holding this on. Can always find more swords, but I've only got one brain. At least as far as I can tell. He smiles a little harder. Some folks have tried to take this stuff from me to make it work for themselves. That didn't go well for them. Tell me about the metal? Nope. What can you tell me about the area? The whole place, this valley, has been here for who knows how long. Someone came through and cleaned out all of the life from the valley, and then made sure that nothing would ever grow up here again. Based on the bodies, I'm guessing the cutlers don't bother you much. He nudges one of the corpses with his foot. They tried a couple of times. Once they even came to my tent at night and tried to cut my throat with my own blades. Idiots. My knives are made of talon and stuck to my flesh. And the cutlers woke me. If they used the tools they brought, I was going to say, like, why didn't you use your own swords? like normal murderers would. Instead of being impressed by mine, I'll be dead now. As you can see, I'm not, and the situation is markedly different for them too. They're dead. Why are you standing around here? Waiting for any passerbys? Are seeking truth like I was. I found my answers. I consider it my duty to help others find theirs. Are you just asking me to explore the tombs as a way to stock your little trading post? If I weren't so good-hearted, I'll be offended. I mean, really, the trade is a benefit, I grant. But the real joy is watching travellers find their truths out here. What do you have to trade? Holy fudge, you do have a lot to trade. Oh, I was looking at the equipped one, trying to find it with the equipped name. It was it's there. And I was thinking this is what I had. No, this is better. How much does it cost? I don't trade much in this game, do I? Yeah, 300. Okay. 4-2. It doubles. I lose minus to might and speed of 50%? That seems a little... That's only used by me. That seems a little bit... I lose that ability, that stuff. Yeah, I gain 2 armor, but I hit. I'm slower, so I'm going to have less turns. I'm going to get hit. I won't hit as hard, and whatever the Astray attacks. Guess what looks up better. 2 armor, so I get better. And extra resistance, only used by the last cast off. Okay, that's more like it. Light armor. Medium. Okay. That one's more doable. I don't have any armors ready, do I? I don't see any. Bit of money back. What's this? Barrel Sci-fi. I've already passed my limit. What weapon do I use again? Light range weapon speed. Oh yes, that little gun I found. It's exactly the same, so it's pointless. I was saying that minuses. It didn't before. What? Did I get the wrong one? Did I buy the wrong one? Fudge, I did. Seriously? Great. I didn't mean to buy the wrong one. It was over 300 too, wasn't it? Great. So I gave that one back. That's the way I wanted. I don't like I'm losing stuff with this. It's a waste. I like the colour of that one better, but that increases stuff, that takes stuff away. So I guess I have to sell this. That's annoying because that just cost me money. Yep. Oh, seriously? Okay, I'm messing this up. I should check this more. Because that's actually even better, and I get intelligence. Can I reload? Work. Crud, when did I save? I should be able to go through the stuff I did before, shouldn't I? When did I save? When did I save? I messed up with the track. Ah, shut it, start. Okay, we're going to skip through everything I did.
You think that's best?
quick as possible. Try and pick what we picked without reading everything. Yeah. Not until you tell me what's wrong. That's what I said. Trying to remember what I said. I didn't ask the boy, did I? What happened next? I look at the crook first.
Making a note.
What just happened? Inside the emery box. Aaron, are you alright? Inside the box again. Okay.
To action!
I'll have a quick chat with him. What's the time? Alright, I'll check it out. Pacific Tomb. Metal anyway. Can you tell me about this area? Based on the bodies, I guess the cults don't bother you much. Oh. Why are you standing around? Explore, something thing. He gets slightly offended, but doesn't. What do you have to trade? And with that, we're back to where we were for this whole episode, and we're actually going to end it here. So tune in next time when I'll buy the things, hopefully. So please like and subscribe and share this video, and have a great time out there. Bye everyone.